Today, let's try to understand what is JAD session, when to conduct it, what are its benefits, and how to conduct it with some real world example. So, whenever as a business analyst, you want to perform a collaborative requirement gathering, or sometimes it might possible there is a complex requirement or there is some complex pain point or problem, and you want to define or find a solution collaboratively. At that time you schedule a meeting. So that meeting is nothing but a JAD session, that is joint application development session. So as a definition we can simply say that JAD is a structured workshop that brings together all the stakeholders, business users, and IT team members to collaboratively gather requirements and define solution for system or process. Now let's have a look when to conduct a JAD session. So let's say that you have received a new requirement or you are going to work on a new project. So at the initial phase, or we can say that the starting of your new project, you can conduct a JAD session which will help you to gather a complete requirement upfront. Second will be, let's assume that you have received some request for process redesigning or system redesigning. So to understand the exact pain points or to understand exact problem which your stakeholders are facing, or to understand the exact needs of your stakeholders, you can conduct a JAD session. If you have a multiple stakeholders and all are scattered and you want to bring them together for alignment, in this scenario also you can conduct a JAD session. If you are working in agile or what initiation and you want to speed up the requirement gathering process, so in this scenario also you can conduct a JAD session. Let's say you have received a very complex requirement and you want to clarify it, and you want to conduct a group discussion to ensure the clarity. So in this scenario also you can conduct a JAD session. Now let's have a look at how to conduct a JAD session. Very first thing, when always remember that whenever you are planning to conduct a JAD session, make sure you plan appropriately. Before scheduling a JAD session, you have to identify a list of stakeholders who is going to involve in your JAD session. You need to define objective, you need to define agenda to give them idea about that on which part or which problems you are going to discuss on JAD session. Make sure you identify the stakeholders properly, because these people are going to have a collaborative discussion to find out a solution. So whenever you are going to include the stakeholders, make sure you involve a proper business users or SME, because these are the people who is going to provide you the domain knowledge and real needs. Make sure you also involve the developers or system architect or solution architect who's gonna validate the feasibility and suggest solutions. Also you have to include testers or quality analyst, because these people will make sure or ensure the testability of requirement. Make sure you properly assign a facilitator. It could be either a business analyst, it could be either a product owner or project manager, depending on the situation and scenario. After that, always remember to bring some process flow diagram, some screenshot of your current system, some business rule, because this will help your participants to understand exactly what's going on, what discussion is going on, what is current system, and on which problems you are going to discuss. Always remember, while appointing a facilitator, make sure you appoint a facilitator appropriately, because that person going to lead the entire session, and that person going to that person going to make sure that all the participants will be focused or will stick on the topic which they have planned. After that, once you start your JAD session, try to use a different tools like a draw.io or whiteboard, because it will help you to focus your participants on the problem or the flow which you are talking about. Once you are done with your JAD session, you need to give either MOM or FRD. Means you need to give some documents to all your participants. Clear? Okay, now let's try to understand that what are the benefits of JAD session. Very first is it will help you to reduce the weeks of meeting to gather a particular requirement, which means it will help you to faster requirement gathering process. It will also help you to stakeholder alignment, because during your collaborative session everyone will have a discussion and they will agree or they will come on some common solution. It will also help you to detection of early issues. It will help you to higher accuracy, which means that because it will a collaborative discussion, the chances of missed requirement or miscommunication will be very few. Now, as there are benefits of JAD session, there is other side which will also tell you the challenges which you are going to face when you are conducting a JAD session. Most of the times you have to face a dominant stakeholders, so make sure that whenever you are going to involve the participants, or whenever you are going to provide a facilitators, make sure the facilitator will should be a strong with a skilled which is required for that JAD session. Also, sometimes it might happen that the people may instead of your agenda, JAD agenda, while having a collaborative discussion, people may start talking or discussing about the future enhancement or something extra information. So you need to make sure that the scope should not get creeped during the discussion, and all participants should stick to agenda. Also, the main common and most of the times you are going to face this issue, that scheduling all your participants together, because most of the time there will be a clash of meetings and all that stuff. So always make sure to plan ahead and secure your stakeholder commitments. Also, it is a collaborative discussion, so it might possible you will get more and more information from each and every participant, so there might be chances of information overload. So always try to record your session so that you can only take the important stuff, and you can avoid this information overload challenge. Now, during this JAD session, you can use several tools like whiteboard for to write some points, so that your participant will be focused and they will understand, okay, fine, we have covered these points. You can use like draw.io to draw some live diagrams. You can use Jira to convert outputs to user stories. You can use Google Docs, Confluence, Word to for note taking. So now let's assume that we are going to conduct a JAD session for online leave management system. So the business scenario will be like there is one HR department who wants to move from their manual leave tracking process to a online leave management portal. So now first you are going to take a list of participants, that who is going to involve. So your participants will be like HR manager, HR executive, IT architect, developer, business analyst, QA team, project manager. Now here we are including HR manager and HR executive, because HR executive gonna be a daily user of that particular app, and HR manager will be a business user who is gonna give you the detail about business rule and all that stuff. Now the agenda of this session will be like current leave application process, then problem with the current manual system, must have feature, nice to have feature, security and approval hierarchy, integration with payroll. Then the output of your JAD session will be like a functional requirement document, then use case diagram, then workflow diagram, then there will be a non-functional requirement as well, like system must be, mobile responsive or not, something like that. And the key deliverable of your JAD session will be like as we said, FRD, user stories, workflow diagram, then user interface mockups, or you can say wireframe, then business rules documentation, and the list of open items or discussion, that is nothing but the future enhancement which they are going to enhance. Okay, so that's it for today's session. I hope this video will give you the deep understanding of JAD session, that what is JAD session, what is its definition, how to use it, what are the challenges as a BA you may face while conducting a JAD session, how to handle that situation. And if you really find this video informative, so I request you to please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.